I'm 28, I have $730,000 in a stock portfolio, and I'm completely debt-free. How'd I do it? 4 letters, F-I-R-E. Financial independence, retire early. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. But let me tell you, you will not get rich fast or when you're young if you're only saving 15, 20, or 25% of your income. If you want to have a high net worth like me at a young age, you need to be saving upwards of 50 to 60 to 70% of your income. I've been doing it for the past 5 years, so I know it's possible. It's not fun, it's not easy, but it's possible. So in this video, I'm going to break down my investing rate and my spending rate for the past 5 years. At 24 years old, about 5 years ago, at the beginning of 2021, I kicked off my first real career job, and my wife was also working her job, and we had a combined household income, and we started just getting serious about saving money, and we wanted to get out of the rat race as fast as possible. So we started saving and investing as much money as we possibly could every single year. And before I get started, I want to say thank you, Stephanie, for giving me this question on another video. She asked me specifically to break down how much money my wife and I were bringing in year after year for about the past 4 to 5 years. Whenever we kicked off our careers, and I'm doing this one for you, Stephanie. Okay, so in 2021, let's take a look here. I have my household income in 2021 at $125,000. Now, we invested $56,440 into our brokerage account, and then we had a 401k where we put in $14,326. My first year working, selling software, I had no employer contribution in my 401k, so we invested a total of $70,000 and we spent about $54,000. Our first year, at 24 years old, we invested 57% of our income and we spent 43% of it. In 2022, our household income went up from $125,000 to $139,000. We invested $60,000. We maxed out my 401k. My wife didn't have one. We maxed it out with $20,500 for that year. And we also got employer contribution of $3,966. Now, I am not adding these employer contribution amounts to the total invested amount because I want to give you a pure income, a pure investment, and a pure spend for this investing and savings rate. I do add up the employer contribution in its own category, and then I add it lastly, this $13,845, to the last amount of all of our own money that went into investing. But just for our own investing and our own discipline and our own delayed gratification number, I'm not adding it in there. So 2022, our total amount invested ex employer contribution was $80,967. We spent $58,000 of it, giving us an investing rate of 58% and a spending rate of 42%. In 2023, our income goes up again, $161,000. Our brokerage account, we invested $77,000 and we put in $4,915 in a 401k. We got $3,205 in employer contribution. That's not added in this total invested amount. So in total of our own money, we invested $82,202. We spent $78,798, and then we invested 51% and spent 49%. In 2024, we made $168,000, and we put in $72,000 in a brokerage account, $4,741 in our 401k. We got $4,741 from our employer contribution. Our total amount invested in our own dollars, ex that employee contribution, was $77,676. We spent $90,000 of it, and we had an investing rate of 46% and a spending rate of 54%. And that was our worst year out of all of the past 5 years. I don't know, I guess we just had a lot of fun in 2024. We did travel a lot. We took like 5 vacations last year while doing our digital nomad life, working abroad. But it's what you start to do whenever you're getting near $500,000 and you're 27 years old. 2025, this year, it's not even over yet. And we've brought in $205,000. Notice this, from 2021 to 2025, our household income just keeps going up and up and up. Not only do we prioritize building wealth, prioritizing investing, and saving more than spending, but we also prioritize building skills, making ourselves more valuable, making sure we're constantly earning more money, being more productive members of society. We are not just taking average jobs and getting pissed off about not being able to afford a home on an average salary. We're constantly working to make ourselves more valuable people. And that's why this year we've brought in $205,000, which is crazy. I can't believe that I'm 28, my wife's 28, and we've already brought in $205,000 this year. I'm blown away. This is way above my expectations I ever had whenever I was graduating university in 2019. But here we are, $205,000 in total household income. We've invested $142,000 into our brokerage account. We put in $5,782 in a 401k, and then our employer contributions were at $1,933. So employer contributions, we go to our total invested amount. This year, we've invested $148,599. We've spent $56,828. Our investing rate this year has been at 72%, and our spending rate's only been at 28%. We're on a freaking war path to get to $1 million. It's no joke. We are dead set on get to $1 million by the time we're 32 years old. This is all fire. Financial independence, retire early. So in total, our household income over the past 5 years, going back from 2021 to now late 2025, we've brought in $798,000. We've invested a total $460,000 and spent $338,000. Our investing rate over the past 5 years, average it out, it's been 58%, and our spending rate's been 42%. This is what it's all about. This is what it really, truly means to prioritize building wealth. Whenever we add in that employer contribution, we have invested a total of $474,000. Now let's break this down. Going to my brokerage account, breaking down these dates from January 1st, 2021 to September 23rd, 2025, we have made a total of $254,000, and that is not including the contributions. So we have our net contributions, $474,000. That's with the 401k and the employer contributions and everything in there. Our investment change up $254,000, giving us an ending value of $735,000. This is what my brokerage account says right here. We've made over 50% return on our investments going back from 2021 to now, and that's about normal. That's like a little over 10% a year, 2021 to now. That's what the stock market averages. We haven't been buying individual stocks. We haven't been buying meme coins. We haven't been buying any type of crypto, no NFTs, no individual stocks. We have only been buying index funds and having an incredibly high savings rate. Just taking a look at all of the index funds we own, a lot of it's in Vanguard's VGT. We own $328,000 worth of this index fund. We have $224,000 in Vanguard's VTI, Total Stock Market Index, $84,000 in Vanguard's VOO, $92,000 in BlackRock's IVV, S&P 500 fund, and Schwab's US Large Cap Growth ETF, we have $985. These are all index funds, ETFs. This is how people truly get rich in America. This is all about delayed gratification and discipline. I still drive around in a 2007 Volkswagen because I prioritize building wealth over what I drive. I have this polo on from Kohl's, Sonoma brand. There is no pony on it, no alligator on it, no LV anywhere. It was $20 because I prioritize building wealth over what I wear. I haven't owned a TV since 2019 whenever I moved from the US to Buenos Aires to go teach English in an academy while I could try to learn a second language. You remember earlier when I was talking about building skills, making yourself more of a valuable person? I prioritize building skills, building value for me as a person over watching TV. I used to love to game, and I have a PlayStation in this Airbnb for the first time since 2019 because I was more occupied with how can I better sell software? How can I learn a second language? How can I go make more friends in a foreign country, build up my social connections than I was about prestiging on Call of Duty? There's nothing wrong with watching TV. There's nothing wrong with playing video games. There's nothing wrong with wearing nice clothes and driving a nice car. But every time you choose any of those things over building wealth, you're just not prioritizing building wealth, investing, saving, or anything like that. I and my wife prioritize building wealth over everything. And that's how we've gotten to the place where we're at today. So if you're serious about building wealth, start trying to aim for a higher paying job. If you don't think you're making enough money, then go find a job that pays $100,000 and say, what can I do to get that job? You know there's people out there making 100 grand or more. Obviously you can't have a high savings rate if you're not making a lot of money. I mean, we saved 72% this year because we made so far over $205,000. Of course it's easier to save money whenever you're making more money. But are you bilingual? Do you know how to sell software? Do you have friends in multiple industries where you can go hit up for a job? I can say yes to all of those things because that's what I've been working towards for the past 5 years. Actually longer, from 2019 to now, for the past 6, 7 years. I've constantly been asking myself, how can I be more valuable as a person? How can I increase my skill set? And all of that has translated into more income, a higher savings rate, and more wealth built. So if I can do it, you can do it. I graduated university in 2019 with $44,000 in student debt. I got that paid off as fast as I could, and I have just prioritized earning more money, spending less of it, and investing as much as I can, all while never going back into debt. And that is exactly how I've gotten to where I am today. And it also helps to have a spouse that is on the same page as you, because if you don't, you're not ever going to build wealth, because one of you is going to make all the money and the other one's going to go spend it all. So that is my recipe for success. It's really that simple. It's not easy. It's not fun. It requires saying no to a lot of stuff. You got to say no to your family members. You can't take vacations that you can't afford. You can't put them on a credit card. You say no to a car you can't afford. No car payments. You go to Kohl's. You go shopping at Kohl's, JCPenney. No more Lacoste. No more Ralph Lauren. But that's all of the decisions you have to make to say, I want to build wealth over everything else. So if you like this video, if this helps you with your own FIRE movement, helps you build wealth, helps you say no, stay disciplined, whatever, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm always coming to you with more financial content on this channel, and I will be back with more.